Good morning, everyone. Aloha from Cheryl, and thanks so much for tuning into my Facebook Live. I've got 4 people who have purchased a trimmer within the last month or so, and I think they really need a little guidance. If I haven't been able to see them at class, I want to help you guys so that you know the basics of using your Stampin' trimmer. It's a paper trimmer, is on page 151 of your big annual catalog. Okay, it's $25, and this is kind of new. They had the recent trimmer. I loved it. I really loved it, but the blades were the main problem, and they would get dull really quickly. And this one's a lot better. The blades seem to last a long, long time. So I'm going to show you what I would like you guys to do in when you get a new trimmer. So here's what it is, kind of out of the box. You'll notice I write all over everything, so I don't have to think. This light gray one is your score blade, so it's not going to cut. It's only for scoring. So I just write on it score. I put it up at the top because plenty of times I've thought I just do things quickly, and I've sliced right through the middle where I wanted to score. So this should help if you guys write on there with a marker. And then the dark gray one is labeled cut. It's your cutter. And to open it, let me see. There's so many things. To open it, you can open it down here by lifting up here, but it's harder because there's this little thing this is little knob. Where's my finger? I'm so close. There's a little thing right there that catches it, to kind of hold it down. So I think you're better off getting used to lifting it up there at the top. Okay, so it has a sheet of plastic on it. You can leave that for a long, long time. I'm using my take your pick tool, this thing, and I'm gonna pull the plastic film off, and there's some on this. There's also some on the arm that comes out. I might as well get it off there. Here, you guys can see how I'm getting it started. Or if you want to, you can leave it on there for like a year to protect it until it starts getting funny. Oops. There I am. There's also some on this side. I'll get it later. So the first thing I do is I mark it at 5.5, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm using my Sharpie and just putting a whole line down 5.5. And then I also do another mark at 4.25. And if you guys can stand to mark up your trimmer, that's like my #1 tip. It's really going to be helpful when you're cutting your cards. And I'll show you why. Anybody remember this color? This was an in color about 2 years ago. What was it? Tell me if you can remember. It's really pretty. But here's how I cut a card. It's 8.5 by 11 is your typical card stock. It's the same as a piece of typing paper or whatever. So I slide it in this way. This is your #1. I put it up against the 5.5 mark, so I don't even really have to think about it. I put it right up to there. And the other thing that's really, really important is there's like a lip or a thing at the top that you can push against, and it'll make everything straight. Now look, if I have it like this, but I have it where it's just a little bit, it's not quite up against this, or I've seen people put it here but not put it against the I don't know what to call it, the lip right there where it's raised, and they'll get it crooked. The purpose is put it right against the top and put it over there. And then I use my cutting blade, and I like to cut from the bottom up. And another tip is on the old trimmer, I would cut, if it wasn't cutting real well, I would push harder. Don't do it with this one. Use a light touch. It's not going to help you at all to push harder. It might even make the edge more frayed or something. So that's how I do that. And then, so this is a standard 5.5 inch, and I turn it to score it. I put it at the little dotted line, which is 4 1/4. I put it down, and then I score just back and forth. And there you go. Can you see that? That's your basic card. I think it's called an A2 card. So I have another one here. I will just put it in. And again, it's at the 4 1/4 mark where I have my little dots, and it's up against the top, and I just go back and forth with the score. You can push your score line as hard as you want. It's not going to cut through. There it is. 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I'm turning it, okay, so that it's long ways. This is portrait. And this is how I'm going to make a card and the other way, okay? So instead of putting it up to 5.5, which you would have a weird size card, I'm cutting it in half at 4 1/4. Okay, I'm just going up, and there you go. And then instead of score line being at 4 1/4, you're going to switch it around. Your score line is at 5.5. I'm going to go down and up, and there you go. So now I have a card that folds this way. Sugar plum, that's what this one was. I think it's sweet sugar plum, and I can't remember. But anyway, this card opens this way, and this card flips up that way. That's so if you don't take anything else from this video, I hope you mark your trimmer here and take advantage of that tip. Oh, here's another tip that I got from Sharon Armstrong. She's wonderful with her tips and stuff, and you guys are going to love this because I got it from her not too long ago. So you know how, right at the top, these have metric and imperial, okay? So they have the inches and the centimeters, and this mixes us up. So because right at the top, we're seeing all these other ones. So if you want to, you can just cover it up with a nice piece of washi tape, and then you don't get mixed up, okay? You can do the same on the other side. Isn't that cool? So now you have no excuse. You've just got the inches. Another thing this one does is, because we're doing cards, they're usually pretty short. You've got, you know, you've got things at the bottom too, you know, so just to help you a little bit. And I might put, well, I don't know if I want to put washi over there, but I might to cover up those. What else am I forgetting? Probably a ton of stuff. This has this arm here for when you're cutting anything over 6 inches. Oh, first, while it's closed, let me show you this. And you could definitely cut 2 sheets of designer series paper, probably 3, because it's thinner. So I'm gonna, oops. If I want to cut 6 inches of things, there's also a raised lip right there. So I just put it up against this, and I don't even have to think about it. I'll just do it like that. And then if I want to cut it, again, I'm putting 2 together. And I'll just put them against that side and this, and go up, and there you go. So they're really even, except for this bent one. There you go. Okay, the arm. So to do this, you just pull the arm out, and it's all straight and everything. And this is so that you can cut, you know, you can use the measurements beyond 6 inches. So a lot of times we're using like I just did with the designer series paper that's 12 inches or 11, and it's super useful, really useful, and easy to transport. This thing here, you can hang it on your wall with this. Oh, what else can I tell you? I think that's about it. Anybody, I'm looking at what you guys have. Does anybody have any questions? If you do, put them on the, make a comment there, and I'll try to do my best to answer you. But I love this trimmer, and I think that's it. Oh, and blades. That's what I forgot. Okay, so your score blade is just going to sit there. Don't lose it, and it's not going to wear out. But your cutting blades, they'll last a long time. I mean, I think months, but you do have to replace these sometimes. So they come in a group of 4. It's there's 4 blades for $12. And I'll show you how to change it. I forgot with the paper trimmer. I just wanted to tell you it's $25. It's a great investment. Anyway, let me show you how you change your blades. If they ever start getting, if you see your cuts and they're not nice cuts, but you start to have jaggedy edges, then you need to change it. Can you guys see this? I think so. I'll move it to where you can see the cutter. So right around here where you see these centimeters, there's a notch in here. I'll put it up so you can kind of see it. Right there. It's a little bit of a bigger opening. That's where you're gonna change your blade. So I just do it, I'm lifting it up and kind of, let me see, where is it? Okay, I'm just kind of lifting it out. And then when I want another one, I would just grab one, put it in that same little slot, and just kind of work it back and forth till it's in there. And they're really sharp. Don't put your finger over there, or it'll definitely cut your finger. I think that's it. I love my trimmer, and I hope you guys just start marking it up and using it a lot.